Hi everybody, this is going to be the semifinals of the 2024 recent vice president spinner battle. Last time we had a thriller and the spinner claimed the highest number, Dick Cheney. And today it's going to claim one of these three. The other two are going to face off next week in a head-to-head showdown for the White House. So it's getting intense, every state matters, the slate is wiped clean, somebody could get real hot or be real cold, anything is possible. It's time for the spins. The first state is the last frontier, that's Alaska. Let's get on with it, here comes spin 1. And that is number 1, Nelson Rockefeller. He has the very early lead. Let's go to Hawaii, 4 electoral votes. And we've got number 2, George H.W. Bush. Next, Washington, 12 electoral votes. Here's the spin. And that's another one for Bush. Oregon is next. We've got 8. And we've got 3 straight for Bush. The biggest state is next, California, 54 votes. That's a massive stockpile, so let's see who's going to have the huge cushion. And that is number 2, Bush, with a massive tear here early on. He's already at 78. Let's see if he can go 5 in a row on Nevada. Here comes another 6. And that's going back to number 1, Nelson Rockefeller. Still waiting for Quayle. Let's do Idaho, 4 EVs. And we've got another one for Rockefeller. Utah's the next spin. They've got 6. And that's going to be Rockefeller now, going on a streak with 3. Let's do Arizona, 11 more votes. And finally, we have a number 3. That's going to be Quayle with his first state. Next, Montana, 4 electoral votes. And that's a 2 that's going back to Bush. Wyoming is next. We can wave to Cheney while we're here. And his state is going to go to number 1, Nelson Rockefeller, the guy who knocked him out at the very end of the last round. Next, Colorado, 10 votes in the Centennial State. And those are going to go to Bush, number 2. New Mexico is the next spin. They've got 5 votes. And Quayle is going to take them. Next, North Dakota. This state has 3 electoral votes. And that's close, but it's going to go to number 1, Rockefeller. How about South Dakota? Anybody want 3 more? Bush. He's going to take them. Next, Nebraska at large. 2 votes. That's a 3, and that's going to go to Dan Quayle, Nebraska's 1st congressional district. That has 1 electoral vote. And that's going to go to Quayle, Nebraska's 2nd. And that is going to go to Bush. How about Nebraska's 3rd? Last one for Nebraska. And that's going to go to Rockefeller. So Nebraska giving votes to all 3. Let's go to Kansas. They've got 6. And those are going to be given to Dan Quayle, number 3. Next, it's Oklahoma, who wants 7 more. Rockefeller says he wants them. And that takes us into Texas. 40 votes. Bush with the massive early lead. Rockefeller and Quayle separated by 8. Huge state. Here comes the spin. And right on the line, but number 2 again. Bush is going to take all 40. So this might be a battle between Rockefeller and Quayle for the bottom. But you never know, maybe Bush cools off suddenly. Let's go to the land of 10,000 lakes. That's 1 electoral vote for every 1,000 lakes. And that is number 1. That's going to go to Rockefeller. How about Iowa? How about 6 EVs? And how about a 1 for Rockefeller? Missouri is next. They've got another double-digit electoral vote total, and that's 10 more coming to Rockefeller, who has 3 straight. Arkansas is next. Can Rockefeller go 4 in a row? No. Dan Quayle, number 3. He's getting 6 more. How about Louisiana? 8 votes in this spin, and that's going to go to Bush. Now we cross the Mississippi River. We go north to Wisconsin. They've got 10 EVs. And those are again coming to George Herbert Walker Bush. Illinois is next, 19 votes. We've got, again, number 2, Bush, not relenting. How about Michigan? 15 EVs here. And again, Bush, 4 in a row and an extremely dominant performance so far. Let's go to Quayle's home state, Indiana. Here it is. And none other than George Bush is going to claim that as well. He's already looking to go over 200 in a three-way race. Let's do Kentucky. The Bluegrass State has 8 electoral votes. Can somebody other than Bush get in on this? Yes. That's going to be Rockefeller, number 1. Tennessee is next. Quayle looking for a 3. Here comes the spin. That's a 1. That is going to Rockefeller. Mississippi's next. 3 electoral votes. And that is 1 for Quayle, number 3. Alabama's next door. Let's give out 9 votes. And we've got to give those to Bush, who goes over 200. Florida is the next spin. Ton of votes here, 30. Quayle trails by 41, so he's got to start putting up some states. At this point, I'm going to say Bush is going on to the next round. But let's do the Sunshine State. Here it comes. And that is number 1, Rockefeller. Now he's over 100. Now the pressure is going to build on Dan Quayle. Let's do Georgia. 16 votes. Quayle looking for a 3. He's got time, and he has a 3. That's going to give him 16 more. He still trails by more than 50. Let's do South Carolina. Can he do it again? Yep, that's another number 3 for Quayle. How about North Carolina? Let's see if Quayle's going to get hot here. Here comes the spin. Not quite. That's going to go to Bush, number 2. Ohio is the next spin. We've got 17 here. And that is going to Quayle, number 3. Let's do West Virginia, 4 votes. Number 2. Going to Bush. Next, Maine at large in the northeast corner, 2 EVs. And that's going to go to Rockefeller, number 1. Now we've got Maine's 1st congressional district. And again on the line, but that is going to go to Bush. Now we've got Maine's 2nd. And this last vote is coming to number 1, Rockefeller. Now we've got New Hampshire, 4 EVs. And we've got another one for Rockefeller, number 1. Next, it's Vermont, 3 votes. And Quayle going to be snagging those. Now we've got New York, 28 votes. Rockefeller was governor here a long time ago, but this would help Quayle get right back into it. Let's see what the spinner has in store. Here it is. Not a huge spin, but that is a 3. Dan Quayle picking up 28 more, and now he's only down by 5. It's not over yet. Rockefeller really let his guard down. Let's see if he can respond now under some pressure on Massachusetts. 11 votes. And that's going right between. That's going to go to Bush. Connecticut is next. We've got another 7. Who's getting them? Bush again with another state. How about Rhode Island? Only 4 votes, but that could be consequential. But yet again, it is going to go to Bush. Next, we've got New Jersey. 14 votes. That's a good chunk. Here comes the spin. And look at that. Dan Quayle, number 3. He passes Rockefeller now. This is getting intense. Rockefeller now is down by 9. Let's do Delaware. 3 votes. Here comes the spin. And that is going to Rockefeller, number 1. It's not enough, but he's got 3 more. Maryland is next. 10 votes. Here's the spin. And that's going to Quayle, number 3. Washington, D.C. is next. 3 EVs. And that is again going to Quayle. And somehow we've got to the point where Rockefeller is again on the bottom and needs to claim PA. He's down by 19. And there are coincidentally 19 votes here that would at least put him into a spinoff. It was similar in the last round where Rockefeller, under pressure, got the job done. He's got a 1 in 3 chance. Everything is on the line right here. If it's not a 1, Rockefeller is going to be done. I'm on the edge of my seat. Let's do the spin. Here it is. That is a 1. That is unbelievable. Rockefeller, yet again, on PA, snags 19 more. And now we've got a tie for the bottom with Bush and Quayle at 137 with 1 spin to go. Virginia is last, 13 votes. If it's a 1, Quayle is out. If it's a 3, Rockefeller is done. If it's a 2, we head to a spinoff. This is pretty much as good as it gets. Let's do it. Here's the spin for Virginia. And that is just over the line for number 3, Dan Quayle. Right at the end, he's going to eclipse Rockefeller in a thrilling showdown. And all the way at the top, we've got George H.W. Bush at 251. He pretty much dominated the entire map. Second place is Dan Quayle with 150. Third place, we've got Nelson Rockefeller at 137. I know there were some people pulling for him in the comments. It went back and forth between him and Quayle, both of them squandering leads. I thought he was going to do it, but Rockefeller is going to fall just short. And it looks like the finals are set. We've got George H.W. Bush and Dan Quayle. Coincidentally, Quayle was the VP under Bush. I guess that's exciting for what it is. The plan is for them to face off next week. Take a look at this map, all three of them with great performances. But that is going to be it for these semifinals. So let me know in the comments. Are you sad to see Rockefeller go out, or were you pulling for Quayle all the way? How exciting were those final few spins? What do you think of this map? Let me know down below on your way out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join if you'd like to support the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.